Commissioner Taylor, would you lead us in honoring this great nation?
Would you please join me?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Commissioner Bilberry, would you lead us in a word of prayer?
Join me this morning. Father, we come to you and thank you for today. We thank you for the blessings you've given us, and we thank you for this great country. And Lord, I just pray a special blessing over this county and all the people in this room today and all the people that serve this county and protect us and put their lives on the line. And we just thank you for your son, Jesus, and we thank you for this season, and we just ask for wisdom today. In Jesus' name I pray, amen.
Amen. Miss Cindy, do we have a quorum?
Good morning, Mr. Chairman. You have 4 commissioners present and 1 on the phone, so yes, you do.
Thank you. All right, approval of minutes.
Make a motion to approve the minutes.
Second.
I have a motion by Commissioner Bilberry and a second by Commissioner Zell to approve the minutes of the Chaves County Board of Commission meeting on November 18th. Any questions or discussions? Any changes? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Passes unanimously. Thank you. All right, real quick, we got a bunch of folks here in the room, and we are honor the years of service that you guys have given the Chaves County family, and all of you are greatly appreciated for the time that you've put in taking care of us here in Chaves County. So I'm going to go ahead and try and stand up, and commissioners, we'll have everybody, as we call their names, we'll have them come up and get their certificate. And so, all right, 5 years of service here. Let's see if I can get these all separated and stuff. James Coburn. Where's James? James here? Okay. All right, I'm gonna have a problem with that. I'm gonna have, so, yes? Codis Harris. Codis Harris here. No Codis? Okay. This is for 5 years of service, by the way. Gonzalo Bonilla. Gonzalo.
Come over and get your picture.
Thank you for
Turn and look.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So part of our 5 years of service, we've got some folks that been here for 5 years, but apparently it sounds like they're retiring also. So, and Emma, you might have to tell me if I'm wrong about that, but Charles Hopkins. Is Charles Hopkins here? You look way too young to be retired. Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you for all you do.
Thank you for your service.
David Witzel. David Witzel here. No, David? And this one's hard for us to let go of, and I don't see a pin here for this, but 9 years of service. Where's Miss Vera Carbajal?
She's not here.
She left. She didn't want to come up.
Wasn't hard for her to let go.
Yeah. let's jump over to 10 years of service. Joe Clemenza, are you here? Where's Joe? Years and you're ready to put in some more, right? There you go. Thanks, Joe.
Thanks, Joe.
Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Andrew Ray. Andrew Ray. You can't go anywhere anytime soon.
Thank you. Thanks.
Thank you.
Fredo says you've got a ball and chain on, so.
It's true.
Okay, these are all 15 years of service. So Kenneth Benzinger, where are you? 15 years. Thank you for all you did for the county.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Julia Torres, where are you? See next year? No, I mean next door? Ms. Torres is not here? Miss Gloria Tucker. Miss Gloria Tucker here. All right. I know Sandra's got to go here somewhere. Sandra Rodriguez, where is Sandra?
She's actually off today.
They're getting recognized and they're all taking the day off. What the heck? Okay. 20 years, wow. 20 years with Chaves County. Dan Copeland.
Part of that was with Ernie, so you earned this.
And he still has a smile on his face. Yes, sir. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
You get that into your hand.
Congratulations. Thank you, sir.
You put a lot of bumps in my road.
Intentional.
And last but not least, Jim Hickman. Jim Hickman's 25 years. 25 years, wow.
Wow.
Appreciate your service to the county. Thank you.
Jim, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Pause for you, Jim.
Jim's only 45, it's been a tough 25.
Yeah, I remember when you was a lonely blade man out there on my road out there, a lonely one.
Okay. Real quick, all of you guys that are here that have got your 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, would you guys come up here in front of the, let's get a picture of the crew that's taking care of us here in
Yeah.
Chaves County. If you would, please.
Come on back, Jim.
Come on back up here.
Yeah, just right down here. Gonzalo, everybody, 5 years, doesn't matter.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Jim, are you going to be good for 30? Charles, you must be an expert with those.
Well, I have the sheriff lost his selfie stick. I got it back now. I found it now.
Thank you, guys.
Let things quiet down just a little bit. So, Commissioners, we'll get going. We had a proclamation that was on here, but we're going to make an executive decision to save that for the new year. And it did have to do with the economic development and the Air Center stuff. So I'd like to get Mike Espiritu to come up and kind of give us his monthly update on things, and then we'll go from there.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman, Commissioners. Happy December. We're almost through the end of this year.
Year's almost over.
Let me find my page, sir. I apologize. I was at the city council meeting last night down in Hagerman and visiting with those counselors and trying to find some solutions or identify, or at least work through their industrial park and some of the areas of concern those counselors have, and you know, they've got some challenges, and the EDC will continue to help them. So we plan on going back down there probably next month and talk more about their industrial park. As you know, we've been very involved with career tech education, not only with Roswell and our Lower Valley schools, so particularly Hagerman. Spent a lot of time in Hagerman. I've been down there almost every week for this past month, meeting with the superintendent and obviously here in Roswell as well, speaking about and finding solutions on ways we can get kids on a pathway to success when they leave high school. And I'll share with you that as a result of the conversations, we do have a young man in Dexter High School that we're working to seek him in a job shouting program in a woodworking program here with some craftsmen here in Roswell. So things are starting to gel a little bit down there in Lower Valley, and pretty pleased with that. I have a meeting Monday next week with Lake Arthur as well, and to talk again how we can help that community, that school district. And lastly, in that regard, we work with NIMI now. Now, NIMI's interested in how can we be involved and give our students an opportunity as well. They've never done anything like that, and I think that's pretty interesting. So we can provide some, as we would like to, with them, some industry partners, people in different fields that can share and coach these young folks on what opportunities are out there and what those careers are like. I think those young folks are going to have a better leg up on getting started in their lives, and we're pretty happy about that. As you know, we still spend a lot of time in our business retention expansion visits to local businesses. This month, past month, we visit over 40 businesses as well, and that's our goal, is try to hit at least 40, and we're still doing that. I want to share with you we're hitting our marks. We're meeting with folks, and I will share with you the biggest challenge that we are seeing in our discussions with those local business people is about supply chain. You've heard it on the news. It's nothing new, and we are certainly feeling it here in Chaves County. As you know, we've talked about this ROAR Fund, and the ROAR Fund is a revolving opportunity fund that was seeded by the city, and we're getting ready to roll that out pretty quick. And what that fund is, it's a low-interest loan to our local businesses throughout the city that can help them if they need to. And we've worked applications, the underwriting. I mean, like it's not that we're trying to be a banker, but we're certainly trying to help small businesses with some funds if they need to. Eastern New Mexico University, Roswell, we are now near the point where we'll be able to push out this new general mechanical certification program. And I'm pretty excited about that. An idea that I had was we had a lot of folks that are needing, a lot of businesses that are needing young people or people with some skills that they don't have in the mechanical areas without having to go through the welding program or the automotive program, all the different programs. But now there's a certification program that will be rolling out next week with Eastern that will combine like industrial hygiene. There'll be components of each of those and actually give a certification to those people. What's great about that is companies like Leprino, they need folks with certain skill sets. Instead of having to go through another program or an associate's degree, now there's an opportunity where they can get a certificate with classes they may already be taking and get that in their resume. As you know, just a couple of years ago, and I've been here a couple of years now. It's kind of amazing it's gone by so quick, right, Stan? So, but I recall, I recall that a couple of years ago, we had a young man named Tim Jennings who, and I say young because he's young in spirit, but Tim Jennings, and you all know him. I've known him a number of years as well before I moved over here to Chaves County. And Tim did something that I thought was pretty remarkable. His efforts in leading the way towards accessing some funds for the Air Center here in Chaves County to help bring that to the place we need it to continue to grow to was astounding. As you know, the $5 million that he campaigned for through Cat 3U, the Capital Outlay Program, and the receipt of that money for infrastructure improvements at the Air Center was significant. $2 million of that, of course, is going to a water line, which is desperately needed, and it'll also serve some residents of our county off of Wyo Road. But more importantly, it'll set the stage for us when we brought in Ascend Aviation to Chaves County. That's a big deal. 360 jobs over a few years, and I believe they'll continue to grow that portfolio here in this area. It's going to be, in my opinion, it is the leaping off point for Chaves County. It is the company that's going to bring other activity. It is the company that I think that's going to really help make a difference, grow more jobs, but more importantly, it'll bring in more opportunities, more business, more things to our county. And if I may, Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, ask Senator Jennings if he would, I didn't prep him on this, but Senator, would you come up here and please and join me? And I just wanted to, in his words, share with you what we're trying to do now. What are our next steps? So, Tim?
Good morning. And, economic development is something we all have to have and we all have to do, and we have to do it continually. As you can sit around and look, if we don't, we sit back and we lose. And we got to keep moving together. And I think Mike and the people of the Economic Development Group, I think have done a real good job. And as you all have been very helpful as well in the past when you all signed an agreement, a request for $5 million. And I thank you from the bottom of my heart for it, because we were able to move forward because you 5 commissioners had the courage to ask for something to make our community better. And our community is not just the county, it's not just the city, it's all of us. And it's Dexter and Hagerman, it's Lake Arthur, it's even Artesia and Carlsbad. It's the whole region. And that's what we have to do. With your help, we were successful, and we're going to continue moving forward. I met with the governor the other day when I went to Santa Fe for the redistricting hearing. I'm sorry it didn't come out the way that I chose it. I would have chosen the maps to come out. I feel it's very, the redistricting maps, I think, are very wrong in what they've done to our area. I'm sorry I was not successful in that. But I would tell you, I personally will continue to fight. And if there's a lawsuit, I wouldn't mind joining. I don't know if I have enough money to do it, but I would join a lawsuit to challenge the redistricting personally. But looking forward, what I went up there for was redistricting. When I came back, I had an opportunity to talk with the governor, and I explained to her about the value of trying to get, another $10 million for that air center to put in the water and the sewer and the electronics and the gas and the electricity to that area to build the backside of that base. And we can do it. We can do it, and we can add jobs to our community. It's the greatest economic opportunity we have. And why I say we don't just sit still, it wasn't very long ago we had 50 dairies in Chaves County. Today we have 23. So think what happens when we're stagnant. We don't get there. And I'm glad that I was asked to join the Economic Development Group because there are people that look ahead, as you all have done, and I thank you for that. So I would just ask you, we're gonna put together a meeting, and we're gonna go back up and see the governor after the first of the year and before the session, so we're not caught up in all that, and explain our case again. And I would ask that you all, some of you send a representative, or some of you come and go with us to do it, because we can move Roswell forward. We can move the whole area forward. It's what it's all about. And I just have to say thank you for you all having the vision to sign your name and say that you would ask for that money with us, and other people did not, but you did, and I thank you for that. And please, let's just not give up, because we have a lot to do, and we can do this. We can do it, and we still have to keep our minds out there. And when you think about airplanes and hangars, those aren't the only things we can build out there. There are other things. Some of these places like Facebook and things, one of the things they need is water. And we have water. We have access to water here that no one else has. So there are a lot of things that we can do, and businesses that we can look for. If it's an Amazon distribution center, it's a little hard, but we could fly planes in here and put all that stuff together. There's a lot of things we can do if we just try and put our heads together. So I appreciate that, and under Mike's guidance, I think we're doing real well. And I was real sorry to see Vera go too. She's a great lady. So thank you.
Senator, before you go anywhere, commissioners, do you have any questions or comments for Senator Jennings?
I'd just like to say thanks, Tim, and to Mike. Both of them have done a great job on this economic development, especially for the airport. And I think we all appreciate your hard work and efforts.
Well, we do it all together, and without each of us, we can't put the pieces together in the puzzle. So thank you all very much.
Well, let me just say something real quick, Senator, that in my tenure as a county commissioner for the last 7 years, one of the things that has been really on my radar, as it would be, is the Air Center, and to get have the vision for creating that economic growth out there. That it is. I feel like the Air Center is the crown jewel of southeastern New Mexico. I really do. And you and Representative Ezell and Representative Nybert, Representative Anderson, Stu Engel, all of our local regional legislators have worked hard. And kind of the first step with this was getting the opportunity for us to create an authority out there at the Air Center, which I think at some point in time with the right leadership, we could get that done. But the funds that we're receiving right now, and with collaboration with you and our local elected officials, Candy, Greg, and others, the vision is bright, and we have some great opportunities. And with Mike's leadership at the EDC, we've got a lot of great, not just elected leaders, but local leaders in this community in southeastern New Mexico, that I think that we can really see the economic boom for Chaves County and southeastern New Mexico. And you just said it. One of the things that we've been relying on for the last 25, 30 years has been the dairy business. And I think our dairies, unfortunately, due to a lot of different reasons, are on the way down. And you know, we survived when the base closed, and we'll survive when the dairies get hammered the way they are. But if we want to see real growth, the Air Center is where it's at. And I just want to say, again, that I appreciate your hard work and all of our legislators up in Santa Fe for the time and effort, blood, sweat, and tears that have been put into this deal. And we're going to keep driving to get her done with everybody's collaboration. So thank you again.
We got to remember, we got to hold the economic development's feet to the fire, because they also told us that they can find us $4 million. When we gave them the 3, they said he could find us the 4. So
Mike's
don't forget.
Mike's well aware of
Yeah.
that. So anyway,
Yes.
thank you. Mike, anything else?
Again, echo what the senator said about, you know, your actions. It's remarkable. It's a pleasure to serve this county. It's a pleasure to serve each of you. And thank you for our partnership together, because I believe, like Tim says, if we don't do it together, we're not going to get there. And because of you, we're getting there. So thank you. Merry Christmas to you and your loved ones. Call us if we can be of service. We appreciate all you do. Any
Don't
questions
run
for
off,
me?
because I'm gonna see if the commissioners have any questions or comments for you. No, I just want to comment real quick, and I want to thank Dr. Powell for being here from out at the university. Once again, the Air Center is kind of a nucleus for the opportunities that we have here, and that includes our vocational education program that Eastern is doing an amazing job with, and with your all's leadership. Bud Kunkel is working hard on the CTE. You brought up the New Mexico Military Institute. You know, right now we have 7 or 8 of our Roswell police officers that are graduates from the New Mexico Military Institute. They have some great programs at the Institute that don't necessarily take them on to their bachelor's, but they do have their associates, and they come out of a great criminal education program up at the Institute. But there's other things that are going on up there at the Institute, that a collaboration with all of our schools, all of our higher education will get us and help keep our youth here, or even those that move to Roswell to go to school, to stay here in Roswell and Chaves County. And so that's really, in my opinion, is huge, and I really appreciate, once again, that's just another vein of what the EDC is doing for Chaves County, and it's greatly appreciated.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mike.
Thanks, Mike.
Thank you, Mike. Merry Christmas.
Thank you.
Bill Williams, agenda item 1, you're up.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, agreement number A 21050 is between Chaves County and Olive Tree Investments LLC. This lease is for the lease of 110 East Mescalero, and it provides for the location for the mental health and counseling services for Roswell and Chaves County. And following this one, we'll have a sublease between us and La Casa, who provides those services at that location. Staff recommends approval of agreement A 21050.
Commissioners, any questions or discussion on this?
Mr. Chairman, I recommend approval of agreement A-21-050 between Chaves County and Olive Tree Investments LLC.
Second.
I have a motion by Commissioner Bill Berry and a second by Commissioner Azell to approve agenda item 1, which is agreement A-21-050 between Chaves County and the Olive Tree Investments LLC. Any further questions or discussions on this? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Passes unanimously.
Thank you. Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, agreement A 21051 is the sublease between Chaves County and La Casa de Buen Salud for the lease of 110 East Mescalero. Sublease provides La Casa de Buena Salud 18,529 square feet for $10,000 per month. There are additional lease costs of $5,500 per month, which are paid by Chaves County to assure that mental health counseling needs of our community are being met. And again, staff recommends approval, and I'd like to thank Stan for all the hard work on these contracts.
Thanks, Dan. Commissioners, any questions or discussion for Bill?
Mr. Chairman, I recommend approval of agenda item number 2, agreement A-21-051 between Chaves County and La Casa de Buenos Salud Incorporated.
Second.
Have a motion by Commissioner Bilberry and a second by Commissioner Taylor to approve agenda item 2, agreement A-21-051 between Chaves County and La Casa de Buenos Salud Incorporated. Any further questions or discussions on this?
Mr. Chairman,
Commissioner Zell.
if we're leasing it to Olive Tree, why is it the sublease from Olive Tree to?
Mr. Chairman, the lease is from Olive Tree to Chaves County.
Okay.
We're leasing the building, and then we're subleasing it as allowed within our contract to La Casa de Buena Salud.
Okay.
Any further questions or discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Passes unanimously. I take it that was an aye, Commissioner Dana? Yes. Thank you. Okay.
Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, agenda item number 3 is to ratify the agreement with American Stewards for Liberty for consulting services regarding endangered species and federal land use planning. And of course, staff recommends approval of agreement number A-21-052.
Mr. Chairman,
Commissioner
I
Bilberry.
recommend approval of agenda item number 3, agreement A-21-052, to ratify American Stewards of Liberty agreement.
Second.
I have a motion by Commissioner Bilberry and a second by Commissioner Taylor to approve agenda item 3, is an agreement, which is agreement A-21-052, ratify the American Stewards of Liberty agreement. All I can say is that Margaret does some great work for us.
Agreed.
Any further questions or discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Passes unanimously.
Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, Chaves County is required to evaluate commission districts every 10 years after the completion of the census. On November 9th, 2021, 4 potential redistricting plans were presented and discussed at a public hearing, which included public involvement and discussion. A 5th plan was requested from New Mexico Demographic Reporting to provide 1 additional plan. The 5th plan, Plan E, was presented and discussed at a public hearing on November 18th. Additionally, Plans B and D were removed from consideration, leaving Plans A, C, and E. The board now needs to decide on a redistricting plan.
Commissioners, I know, and Senator Adair, our demographer, is not here, and I'm not sure if he's available on the phone, but I know that there was discussion in our last meeting about what our current county commission districts are, and I know that there was some discussion that really just by moving a precinct that we could pretty much leave things as is by moving just that one, by moving that one precinct, which I guess would essentially put us to where we're creating one more map, which is really not something that has to be discussed or I mean, it needs to be discussed, excuse me, but the explanation of it is set that the districts will remain essentially the same except for that one precinct being moved. Is that correct, Bill?
That's my understanding, yes.
Mr. Chairman, you'll remember that we asked our demographer to give us that on paper.
Provide that.
And to my knowledge, nobody has gotten anything on paper.
Not that I've received.
Commissioner Bilberry and I met with Mr. Adair, last Friday?
Yes, sir.
And when we asked him what would have to be done to the current map to make it compliant, get it under the 5% deviation, he said that moving Precinct 5 from Commission District 3 to Commission District 1 and leaving everything else the same would comply with all the statutory requirements and get everything below the 5%. And I think, as Commissioner Bilberry said, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. That seems to be the most logical, and frankly, I'm surprised that that wasn't presented to us originally. But I think that is the most workable plan of the ones we've discussed. And I would move that we adopt it, that our redistricting plan will leave all of the existing lines intact with the exception of the switch of Precinct 5 from Commission District 3 to Commission District 1.
I'll second that.
So, real quick, we have a motion by Commissioner Zell and a second by Commissioner Taylor to keep our existing districting for Chaves County for the commissioners, and with presenting somewhat of a different map. I think that it's probably something that we need to open the floor to anybody here for discussion, if anybody wants to show their favor or disapproval of this particular map. Please come to the podium and state your name and address for the record. Ladies first.
Rita Kane Dorhofer, very narrow, unstriped Mark Road. My only concern is I don't know where District 5 is. I don't have a map. It was not online. I checked at 4:30 this morning.
You're talking about Precinct 5?
Precinct 5, yes. So I have no idea where this precinct is, and I don't know if you can vote on it without putting it out for public knowledge. Can you do that? You're allowed to do that without letting... But we don't,
It's just an amendment to an existing plan, so, yeah, I mean, they can do that.
I need a map. I need to see where, am I in
It's
That
over by
precinct?
It's over by Goddard.
oh, no, that's definitely not me. Where do I find the new map then?
Where was the map that we had?
I mean, I have
some?
Plan A, Plan E, and Plan C right here.
And the map that we're looking at, they never presented that map.
So Rita,
We have a map.
real quick, just so that you understand what's being proposed here, is that what the current districts look like for the county commissioners, all that's going to happen here is that Precinct 5 will move from District 3 to District 1. And District 1, I think, I'm District 5.
I'm 3.
3, and Dara is District 1, correct?
Correct.
So basically, Precinct 5 would move from Jeff's district to Dara's district.
Thank
So
you.
that would be the only change
Yeah, it's just
that would be made
one precinct.
from the current districting.
Okay, because I now have the map, but as I say, at 4:30 in the morning, none of this was online. Now
I'm glad you got enough sleep last night to get up at 4:30 in the morning.
Mr. Sanchez.
No baseball games on. I was just surprised you weren't watching the replays of the World Series.
The 2016 replays of the World Series are not on, and that's what we want to hear about.
But you have them recorded.
Good morning. My name is Frank Sanchez, Mr. Chairman, Commissioners. I had not planned to speak because I figured you had already chosen of the three that were made public, you were going to choose from those. But I think it's very unfair to then give us generalities without any maps, without looking at what you provided online, these districts. It gives you a much more clear picture. So I have no idea what you're proposing. It's very unfair to the public to present this without what you've done very transparently online, presenting these plans. It gives you, an opportunity to look at them, an opportunity to look at the maps, an opportunity to look at the demographics. And I just think it's not being very, very transparent at this point. If you were going to do that, that should have been presented online and presented to the public. So that's my first comment. And I don't know, because there's no maps, there's no statistics, there's no data. I still am in favor of E-MAP. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to attend the public hearing because I had a family obligation in Tucson, Arizona. But if you're going to do fair districts, I think a big part of it is being transparent and giving the public an opportunity to understand what you just did with this amendment. And without maps, without the data, I just think it's unfair.
Quick question for you, Frank. Did you say that you were in favor of E?
Yes.
Okay.
And I don't know where that fits in.
I'm just asking
Yeah.
to make sure I heard what you said correctly.
Yeah, E.
Okay.
And remember, you probably don't remember, but I supported Plan D, and then E made it much more compact, but with some of the same data that was in D.
Right. Well, if I remember, you were also in favor of A. You didn't have a problem with A.
Yeah,
either.
as a second, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
But,
Right.
Just keep in mind that fair districting, you follow the four principles, which is equal population, compact and contiguous, abiding by the Voting Rights Act, and communities of interest. And the reason I supported E, because some of the other plans break up some of the historic Hispanic communities. And that's why I support E, because that one didn't. It kept precinct 42 and 43 intact with the east side.
So just a quick question, because I know you're very involved in over the years in this. Did you have an issue with what our current districts look like right now?
I actually was not in favor of them 10 years ago.
Okay. That's why I'm asking, because
Yeah.
essentially what we're looking at right here is just moving one precinct
Right,
from
right.
what we currently have.
And the populations have changed, so the numbers may be different. And
Right.
especially the Latino population, the Hispanic population has grown, not the rest of the population. We increased, and that has led to the population change in those districts.
Right. Okay.
Okay?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anybody else in the audience that would like to speak on this proposed redistricting? Alfredo, is there anybody out there online that is in favor or opposed to this?
No.
Okay.
And Mr. Chairman,
Commissioner Zell.
I assume our demographer is still under contract with us. I don't know why he didn't do what we asked him to do at the last meeting, and I don't know why he's not here, because it was my understanding after our meeting last Friday that he was going to do exactly the same statistical analysis on paper for what moving Precinct 5 into District 1 would do. So I'm a little hesitant to make the motion that I've already made, just because we're just going off of what he told us. And I've confirmed with the county clerk that Precinct 5 is contiguous currently to Commission District 1, so it makes, it's doable there.
It's doable there.
Without any gerrymandering. But I'd still like to see some proof on paper.
So let me
And
just,
if we have to have a special meeting before whatever the deadline is, then so be it. But I would really like to see everything that we saw for the other 5 plans on paper for what I am suggesting.
I would agree with you, Commissioner Zell, and not that I'm throwing any cover out to Senator Adair, because I haven't talked to him, but I have seen somewhere in the news that he has somehow gotten involved with the Senate redistricting for the state. And so,
Then he's probably busy today.
so that call will be made. What do we have till we're going to have our next county commission meeting on January 10th. Do we have to that date to do redistricting?
We have till December 31st. We have to have it done.
Okay. So, 31st is a Friday. How about Thursday, the 30th, that we put a special meeting together before New Year's and get this deal done? Or
And
sooner.
get him to do what we asked him to do.
Correct.
So it can go out to the public and everybody else.
I agree. No,
In fairness, he's been asked twice to do that. We're
Right.
paying him to do
At
it.
least
so,
Mr. Chairman, legal just told me that if we have an emergency meeting on the 30th, we need to pull this one emergency resolution off here, resolution number 9 we put on as an emergency, but since we can advertise it and schedule it properly, we could move that meeting, or that resolution number 9 to that meeting as well. So if you're okay with that, that'll be what I'll set up. And that resolution came forward, it came Monday. We got notice from Association of Counties that the opioid settlement, you have to sign on by January the 2nd, and they let us know on Monday. So we were unable to let you know sooner. So if we could move that to the same meeting date, if that's acceptable.
Works for me. It'll shorten this meeting.
so I'm trying to make sure I'm making sure this is right for the record. So Commissioner Zell, you're rescinding your motion for approval of this and essentially tabling this till December 30th. And we'll address this then, and we will make a point. I would hope that they're finished with their gerrymandering in Santa Fe so that we can get things done right here in Chaves County for everyone. And Ms. Rita and Frank, thank you for your comments. I think it's once again, I'll say this is an important decision that for 10 years is going to be what Chaves County's districting is going to look like. So do we have a second to the table?
Yeah, I'll rescind my second.
Okay.
Okay, so we're rescinding the motions, and we are tabling agenda item 4 until emergency special meeting, or would it just be a special meeting on December 30th?
And conditioned on receipt of the information we've asked for.
We better have it, is all I can say, because we have till the next day.
Commissioner Ezell and Mr. Chairman, I'll get that published as soon as he sends it. We'll get it published exactly like we did the other stuff, get maps out in the lobby and make sure it gets out.
Thank you.
Okay, and we'll still have the other maps that are in play up and until then, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so, since we're rescinding, I guess I need to have a motion to move agenda item, where am I at? 4.
I move agenda item 4, the approval of the redistricting plan be tabled until our special meeting on December 30th.
Second.
I have a motion by Commissioner Ozell and a second by Commissioner Bilberry to table agenda item 4, resolution R-21-055, which is the approval of Chaves County redistricting plan till special meeting on December 30th. Any further questions or discussions on this? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Passes unanimously. Okay. Question?
Got a yes from Darrell.
All right.
Yes.
Agenda item 5.
Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, Resolution R-21-057 is a resolution opposing the proposed Lincoln National Forest Land Management Plan because the U.S. Forest Service failed to coordinate with local governments in the development of the plan as required by their process. Staff recommends approval.
Commissioner Bilberry, would you please take the time to read this resolution since you and Bill and Margaret Byfield attended the meeting in Otero County?
Resolution R-21-057, resolution of Chaves County opposing the proposed Lincoln National Forest Land Management Plan and Environmental Impact Statement. Whereas the Lincoln National Forest has proposed the Lincoln National Forest Land Management Plan, USFS plan, that will govern resource management on public lands administered by the United States Forest Service, the USFS, within areas of Chaves County, and whereas Chaves County has a comprehensive plan and that this plan clearly establishes the land use and compatible with the needs of the citizens of Chaves County, and whereas Chaves County citizens depend upon the access to multiple uses of the public lands and direct through federal and state statutes. It is essential that the full and continued use of natural resources within the county's boundaries be maintained in order for the county to have financial strength to provide necessary services the citizens of the county depends upon. When the use of these resources are restricted or eliminated, the economy shrinks, the essential services are reduced, all activities that occur on public lands must be closely coordinated within the county in order to ensure such harm does not occur. Whereas, after reviewing the USFS plan, it is clear that the USFS failed to review, consider, identify planning conflicts between Chaves County and the proposed plan, and whereas federal laws such as Federal Land Policy and Management Act, FLPMA, National Environmental Policy Act, NEPA, and the National Forest Management Act, NFMA, requires federal agencies to coordinate their planning process with local governments and work to reach consistency in the county plan. Whereas Chaves County recognizes the need for federal land management agencies to harmonize their planning process with the county. Whereas the USFS Plan A proposes to designate 2 areas of the forest land in Chaves County as wilderness, which is inconsistent with the county's comprehension plan, and B, will increase the restriction on the grazing community, reducing the level of grazing and increasing the expense on the producer, and C, designates these areas as wilderness, even though these areas fail to meet the specific definition of wilderness as set forth in the Wilderness Act 16 U.S.C. 131 as required by law, and D, creates large areas restricted and potential inaccessible to the county to fulfill its public health and safety duties, and E, creates areas that will no longer allow proper wildfire management control, increasing danger to the Chaves County citizens and the lives and property. And whereas in developing the USFS plan, the USFS has failed to coordinate with Chaves County and failed to allow Chaves County to have any meaningful involvement in the development of the plan. And whereas a substantial portion of Chaves County consists of public lands and are managed in a manner which recognizes the nation's need for domestic source for mineral, food, timber, and fiber from the public lands, and adoption and implementation of the USFS plan without coordination with the county harms Chaves County and its citizens. Now, therefore, it be resolved that Chaves County hereby rejects proposed National Lincoln Forest Land Management Plan because the USFS failed to coordinate with Chaves County to create the plan. Further be resolved that Chaves County requests that the coordination agreement between Chaves County and the USFS be created and supplement the DEIS to be prepared to take into account the plan and policies of Chaves County.
Thank you, Commissioner Bilberry. Okay, this is obviously a big deal because, you know, we've been butting our heads with the BLM on the Carlsbad Resource Management Plan, and now the Forest Service kind of comes in on the backside, and Commissioner Bilberry and Ms. Byfeld, Bill went down because this really affects Otero County, Lincoln County, and Eddy County, as well as Chaves County. So we need to be all on board in this debate. The fact of the matter is these federal agencies are supposed to be coordinating with local government, and they don't just show up with a plan and say, here it is, this is what we're doing, and you guys accept it and cooperate with us. So I appreciate the work that you guys did to take the drive down there to represent Chaves County. And with that, I'll see if there's any questions or discussions from the other commissioners.
Mr. Chairman, I think it's going to be awfully important that we work with Ontario County and Eddy County in this process and get those guys on board. It's going to take a team effort to.
Lincoln County.
In Lincoln County, I'm sorry, Lincoln County, apologize. And Lincoln County is probably going to suffer more than anybody because they've already got a lot of land taken out of their county. So.
Correct.
Not just with this Lincoln County Forest Plan, there's also some other issues going on within the state agencies in this state that are starting to pop up to purchase land. And so counties are going to have to get their comprehensive plans up to date and start holding these people to the fire.
Agreed. Dara, you have anything out there for comments?
No, Mr. Chairman, thank you.
Mr. Chairman, I recommend approval of Resolution R-21-057 opposing the proposed Lincoln National Forest Land Management Plan and Environmental Impact Statement.
I second that with an amendment in the fifth whereas, line 2, NEPA and FMA should each be in parentheses.
Oh, thank you, Mr.
You get that corrected?
Yes.
I have a motion by Commissioner Bilberry and a second by Commissioner Zell to approve agenda item 5, which is resolution R-21-057, opposing the proposed Lincoln National Forest Land Management Plan and Environmental Impact Statement as amended by Commissioner Zell, with adding the parentheses in the fifth whereas around NEPA and the NFMA. Any other further questions or discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. That was an aye from Commissioner Dana.
Yes.
Passes unanimously. Okay. Agenda item 6. Come on down, Miss Annabelle.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman and Commissioners. Agenda item number 6 is Resolution R-21-058, which is an approval of a budget adjustment for fiscal year 21-22. We are requesting a budget adjustment for the line items in Exhibit 8, and there was an amended exhibit that was given before the meeting. These adjustments are for a PRC grant for Berendo Fire, a GIS upgrade for the county, and a revenue loss that the Chaves County encountered during the impact of the pandemic. Staff does recommend approval.
Commissioners, any questions for Miss Annabelle?
What does the Berendo Fire Department adjustment mean? It's
Mr.
the
Chairman,
same
Commissioner
dollars in and
Zell.
out.
Yes, what that is, it's a PRC grant that they applied for, and so we have to request a budget to increase their revenue as well as the expenditure to continue with the grant.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Mr. Chairman, I recommend approval of agenda item number 6, resolution R-21-058, approval of budget adjustment for the year 21-22.
Second.
A motion by Commissioner Bilberry and a second by Commissioner Zell to approve agenda item 6, resolution R-21-058, which is the approval of budget adjustment for year 21-22. Any further questions or discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Passes unanimously.
Thank you.
Cindy, you got that aye from Commissioner Dana. You're closer to the phone than I am.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman, Commissioners. Agenda item number 7 is Resolution R-21-059, final disposition for 2021 road maintenance applications and new road requests. Of the 2021 road status change applications, number 3, Tierra Grande Boulevard, number 4, Velita Drive, number 5, Blanca Rosa Lane, number 6, El Dorado Lane, Chaves County Road Department reports that each of these roads now meet the stipulations for acceptance as a county-maintained road. We are requesting permission to place them on the Chaves County Road Atlas and accept those maintenance responsibilities. Application number 1 for Thunder Road. Chaves County Road Department reports that the applicant worked hard to meet the standards for acceptance as a new road request. However, Thunder Road is pending the completion of a right-of-way request with BLM. Staff anticipates a recommendation to resolve Thunder Road as a county road in February with fully acquired property rights. New road request application number 2, Stagecoach Road, did not meet the requirements to be included as a new road, and its status as private will remain in effect. Staff recommends approval of Resolution R-21-059 and final acceptance of Tierra Grande Boulevard, Velita Drive, Blanca Rosa Lane, and El Dorado Lane as Chaves County maintained roads.
Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Bilberry?
Mike, that Thunder Road, with BLM, that's the one that's down there where they were going to go around those folks' house, right?
No, sir. That's the one right outside the Wildlife Refuge gates.
Okay.
So it has to cross a quarter mile, half mile of BLM land.
Yep.
The entire road is on the BLM land, and the people have actually brought it up to standards, but there's a delay in the processing of the federal paperwork. So the people did what they were required to do, and we have been assured by the BLM that they are going to approve that as a road right-of-way.
Okay. Just cleared up. Thank you, Matt.
So are we going to include that in this resolution pending the approval of the right-of-way, or are we going to wait?
I would like to do that so we don't have to bring it back forward. That would be acceptable, wouldn't it, Stan? Just do it pending or it goes into effect after we get the right-of-way approval. It may not go on to the county road
Until it. it's a
until,
right
yeah,
away,
so it'll probably go on next year rather than this year as far as reporting of certified road mileage.
Mr. Chairman, I move approval of Resolution R-21-059 for the final acceptance of Tierra Grande Boulevard, Valita Drive, Blanca Rosa Lane, and El Dorado Lane to be placed on the Chaves County Maintained Road Atlas, and also the same for Thunder Road pending the BLM right-of-way grant.
Second.
I have a motion by Commissioner Zell and a second by Commissioner Bilberry to approve Agenda Item 7, Resolution R-21-059, which is the final disposition for 2021 road maintenance applications and new road requests, which, let's see if I can get in here, has the road status change applications for number 3, Tierra Grande Boulevard, number 4, Valletta Drive, number 5, Blanca Rosa Lane, number 6, El Dorado Lane, and pending the completion of right-of-way with BLM application number 1, Thunder Road. I hope I said all that all right. Anyway, any further questions or discussions on this? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Passes unanimously.
Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, agenda item number 8 is for position change at Chaves County Flood Commission. The Chaves County Flood Commission requests approval to lower the Flood Commission Manager position to an executive assistant position. That's where it started out a few years ago, prior to all the training the previous employee had. Supervisory responsibilities will be eliminated from that position until further notice. Staff recommends approval, and there is a copy of the job specification accompanying this.
Dick, anything you have to add to what Bill said on this?
No, I'm good, man.
Okay. Any questions or discussion, Commissioners?
Mr. Chairman, I move approval of Resolution R-21-060, approving the changes to the personnel chart at flood control.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Zell, second by Commissioner Bilberry.
Easy.
Yeah. To approve Agenda Item 8, Resolution R-21-060, which is a resolution to remove a position and add a position at flood control and update charts to reflect changes. Commissioners, any further questions or discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Passes unanimously. I was just going to say, we're removing agenda item number 9.
Mr. Chairman, I move we table agenda item number 9 until our December 30th meeting.
Second.
A motion by Commissioner Zell and a second by Commissioner Bilberry to table agenda item 9, resolution R-21-061, resolution to join other New Mexico counties in the opioid settlement. Any other questions or discussions on it? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. I heard Commissioner Dana say aye.
One comment on that. The rumor is that the crime is going down in the state, Sheriff. But yet we have to do, but we have to see if we can get some money to,
Yeah.
okay. Just wanted you to know it was going down. I've been hearing that.
All right, yeah, just like in
down
Philadelphia
through
and
the
New
state
York
one.
and Chicago and everywhere else.
Mr. Chairman, Commissioner, the New Mexico County Insurance Authority will hold its annual meeting in January of 2022, and Chaves County needs to appoint a voting member and an alternate. Staff is requesting that Ms. Sandra Rodriguez take the role as the voting member, and we'd like to ask that Mac Rogers be the alternate voting member for the New Mexico County Insurance Authority.
Commissioners, any questions, discussion?
Mr. Chairman, I move we appoint Sandra Rodriguez as the voting member to the New Mexico County Insurance Authority, and that we appoint Mac Rogers as the alternate voting member.
Second.
And a motion by Commissioner Zell and a second by Commissioner Bilberry to appoint Ms. Sandra Rodriguez as the voting member for the New Mexico County Insurance Authority and Mac Rogers as the alternate for the New Mexico Insurance Authority. Any further questions or discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anybody? Same sign if you're in opposition to this. I'm losing track of myself. Passes unanimously.
Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, agenda item number 11 is 2022 Chaves County Annual Road Hearing Schedule.
Oh, fun.
Per county policy, our disposition resolution is scheduled to occur in May. Prior to that, we're scheduling our annual road hearing in April with written applications for the road hearing due on February 4th. That gives us plenty of time to appoint freeholders to evaluate the roads. Staff recommends approval.
Mr. Chairman, I recommend approval of the 2022 Chaves County Annual Road Hearing Schedule.
Second.
Mr. Chairman, and I'm sure Commissioner Ezel's about to tell you, there appears to be several little mistakes here, and I promise we'll fix those. For one, under April 21, it says 2021, public road hearing should be 2022.
Mm-hmm.
Under April 27 to 29, it says will be required by May 20th, 2021, so we need to check that date and make sure it's 2022, as well as the day has to be correct. So, and we'll check all the other dates at the same time, if that's acceptable to you.
So we have a motion by Commissioner Zell, a motion by Commissioner Bilberry and a second by Commissioner Zell to approve the 2022 Chaves County Annual Road Hearing Schedule as amended with some of the dates that need to be fixed on this schedule. This is always a fun part of our job, and I really look forward to it. So.
We got Mac this
Yeah.
year.
Any further questions or discussion on this? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Same sign. Passes unanimously.
Commissioner Dare, are you okay? Are you fading?
I'm worried about your blood oxygen levels, the way your voice is right now. Are you keeping track of that? Good, good. Okay, approval of checks.
Mr. Chairman,
Commissioner Taylor.
make a motion to approve checks in the amount of $2,092,140.18.
Second.
A motion by Commissioner Taylor and a second by Commissioner Bilberry to approve the checks to the sum of $2,092,140.18. Any further questions or discussion on this? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Passes unanimously. Approval of reports.
Mr. Chairman, I recommend approval of reports.
Second.
Got a motion by Commissioner Good Lord. Motion by Commissioner Bilberry and a second by Commissioner Zell for approval of reports. Any questions or discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Passes unanimously. All right. Unscheduled Communications limited to 3 minutes per visitor, not to exceed 15 minutes. No formal action be taken by the commission. Ms. Rita? Oh, there's Senator Jennings. Please state your name and address for the record, please.
Tim Jennings, 2716 North Penn and number 48 in Roswell. Commissioners, this is kind of a unique deal. It's about, I think it was on a Tuesday, a couple of weeks ago, a member of the Elks Club and was returning home and going out down East Country Club, and a car pulled up behind him and cut him off on the turning lane. He was going to turn left onto Brown Road, and he cut him off, and the guy got out of the car and had a gun and was going to do something, and so the member drove off, and the car was shot, and the individual was shot, and went in his car, and so that's all real tragic. It's real scary because I think that it tells us that there's that element out there that we have to be very, very much in tune with in our community, because at that place and as dark as that intersection is, no one, it's very difficult for anybody to see anybody there, and if something, whatever, if the guy, which the perpetrator evidently let his face be seen, I imagine that he was probably going to kill the victim of this crime. But, one of the things that happened when I was talking to one of the former state police officer there was that he was extremely complimentary of the manner in which the investigation was held of that incident. Now, there's not the way it was. I don't know how much was there. I'm not an officer. But it doesn't appear to me that there would be a lot of evidence left. But the state policeman told me that he was extremely impressed, or former state policeman, that he was extremely impressed by the investigation held by the Chaves County Sheriff's Office. And quite personally, I didn't know how much investigative training they had in that, but I thought it was worthwhile to mention the fact that if that those officers had done a great job, and in a state policeman's officer who's had 25 years in with the state police. I think it's well to know that we do have, and to say something about the sheriff's office, that appreciate the training that those individuals have to conduct such a thorough investigation. And I just think it should be brought out, and it should be stated. I probably have been known to have some little bit of confrontation with them, but I would just tell you, when someone does a good job, it should be spoken of, and they should be given the regard that they are due for the opportunity of the service and the job they did. And I think it should be done, and that's just the way I am. And it's deeply concerning to me because I really feel it's made me want to carry a gun. And you always got a 22 in the back or something, but I'm about carrying a pistol in the front seat. It really has scared me enough in the activities that happened to that individual, and the sheriff can tell you more about it than I can, but we should know, and the public needs to know about those individuals, because if they did it once, they're going to do it again, just the way they are. So anyway, thank you. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator.
Just to give you an update, Paul is doing fine. That's the individual that was shot.
Oh. Is that public record?
I believe it is, and I carry my gun on my seat because I'm there at 5:45 every morning.
That's not a bad idea. So have you gone through your conceal and carry class with Under Sheriff Eastless?
I can't do it because of my shoulder.
There's also a psychological
You're going to have a stripe on your back here in a second. She's going to be skunk hunting.
It'll be skunk time for you.
Oh. Anybody else? Anybody else? Alfredo, anybody out there? And no? Going once, going twice. Neil, I'm happy to see you here today. It's twice in 1 week. I really appreciate everything you guys do for this community. The Rowe family has been amazing. So, and including with the EDC, everybody got away, and I didn't get to compliment you on your years of vision for Chaves County as the chair of the EDC back in the day. So, thank you very much for everything you guys do for this community. Bill Williams.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. First of all, I want to thank all our staff. You know, they've done a great job this year. We saw this morning how many people we had with multiple years of service, 20, 25 years, and even the 5-year guys are, you know, digging in deep, and they're going to be here a while. So I'm really thankful for that, and thankful for all the work that they do. I want to wish everyone in the county and everyone in our employment and the city everywhere Merry Christmas. It's a time of celebration for us, and I certainly appreciate what it's for. Got a couple of things. The U.S. Forest Service, the comments were made. We found out that the Forest Service is running this campaign, if you want to call it that, what kind of parallel to the Carlsbad Resource Management Plan. While we were fending them off, they were doing something totally against the processes that they have in place. As we commented, Margaret, you know, she knows this stuff inside and out, and pretty much every single thing that they were supposed to do, they didn't do. And they certainly didn't coordinate with us. Had it not been for the landowners who have leases, not only are they, you know, BLM was trying to make lands with wilderness characteristics. These are actual wildernesses they're going to turn them into, not just wilderness characteristics. So it's even a step further than BLM was trying. If it hadn't been for the landowners coming forward, we wouldn't have known anything about it. But fortunately, we got a hold of it. When we commented to them that they had not communicated with us, they basically, well, we'll do you a solid. We'll give you till the 15th to make comments. So they sent a 1,500-page document or 3 documents, about 1,500 pages for us to read and make comments. Again, fortunately, Margaret knows exactly where to find everything in there, and she was able to prepare those comments for us. And we got them sent to the Forest Service in a timely manner. They were there. So we're waiting to see where this goes, and hopefully we can continue to fight for those people in our community that ask for our help. NextEra, the people that did the solar out on Pine Lodge Road, they're planning to increase that by 30 megawatt. They've sent us their negotiated pilot. We have to negotiate that amount with them. They sent us an amount that's considerably less than the first solar plan was. So we're talking to them about trying to get that number up and provide for us for the next 30 years.
And that benefits also the Roswell schools,
The
correct?
schools, yes, that's correct. Apparently they've changed the laws where you no longer have to negotiate. The schools get a certain percentage of whatever they give to us. So we feel like we need to stand pretty tough and make sure that they come up on the amount that they've offered to us. But we'll see where it goes. They just sent their first offer this week. That's all I have, and thank you guys for the great job that you do, and thank you for the values that we have here in Chaves County and the people you fight for. It's just great to work for you. Merry Christmas.
Thanks, Bill. Dick Taylor.
Commissioners, Mr. Chairman, first of all, I'd like to say, I don't know how many of you had the opportunity here about a week or so ago when we had the lighting of the Christmas tree on the courthouse, in front of the courthouse. It was sponsored by the Main Street Roswell, they did a fabulous job. It was a wonderful turnout. There was a lot of people. You had Roswell High, Goddard High School, and the Institute choral groups leading in song out there, and it was kind of a kickoff for the whole Christmas season and for the downtown, and I really commend the downtown Roswell merchants for all their hard work, and what a beautiful event it was that night. Another comment I'd like to make, our chairman mentioned about the educational benefits at the Institute. Just like to remind everybody that I believe it's this Friday night, the Institute football team, the junior college football team, will be playing for the national championship in football for junior college. And I believe it's being broadcast on various different methods. So hopefully everybody will have an opportunity to watch that game. And again, I think it's really a great moment that junior college here can go on to the national stage and represent this community. So let's all back them. We got the Christmas holidays coming. I'd just like to take this opportunity to wish everyone a very blessed and Merry Christmas, and whatever other holidays you might be celebrating, and enjoy it. I'm traveling to go see my grandkids. I will be back returning on the 29th, and I will be here for the 30th for that special commission meeting.
Yes.
Merry Christmas to everyone.
Thank you, Commissioner Taylor. Commissioner Dana?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, thank you. Just want to say congratulations to all of our staff and the staff awards. That's a wonderful accomplishment, and thank you so much to everyone for their commitment to Chaves County. I do want to say happy holidays, Merry Christmas to everyone. Hopefully everyone will stay safe. This virus is horrible, and it has really affected my family. So stay safe, everybody. And two, I would like to give an assignment to the EDC. They need to scour the nation and find a legitimate company. Maybe we can put them out at the airport for tumbleweed removal. I am up to my eyeballs in tumbleweeds out here, and I'll even sponsor them on Shark Tank if they'll just go find a way to get rid of these tumbleweeds. This is ridiculous. But thank you, Mr. Chairman. Again, happy holidays and Merry Christmas.
Thank you, Commissioner Dana, and I can concur about those tumbleweeds. I drove to Dallas last Friday when we had high winds and brownouts, and with all the moisture that we got this year, those tumbleweeds are pretty dang big. So, Commissioner Ezell.
I'd just like to thank all of the staff and the department heads, and I'd like to congratulate all of our employees that were recognized today. Yeah, it's easy to complain about the wind out here, but last Friday night I was in Kentucky, and there was some wind there too. But seeing the devastation that was present was a real eye-opener. It's the holiday season. Everybody remember the purpose of the season. I hope everyone has a safe and very Merry Christmas, and hopefully we will all have a prosperous new year. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Commissioner Ezell. Well, I know Saturday morning when I was in Dallas, I had to text Commissioner Ezell just to make sure that he hadn't gotten twisted with the twisters, and I was happy to hear him respond that it got by them by about 10 miles. So unfortunately for others in those states that were affected by it, we're blessed that Commissioner Ezell was not caught up in it. So thank you, Commissioner Ezell. Commissioner Bilberry.
I also want to just thank everybody for this great year, and it's been a pleasure to work with everybody. And try not to get caught up in all the negative that's going on, and look for the positive in what we've done and where we've been and who we are, and that God has really blessed this community and this town and these people. And there's a higher calling for all of us, and I would encourage you to reach for that. But once again, thank you. And Bill, thanks. Bill and I did go down to Ontario County with Margaret Byfield, and that was a really good thing to do. And I hope we can keep continuing on that. We're just going to have to hold everybody's feet to the fire. So thank you, everybody. Merry Christmas.
All right. Thank you, Commissioner Bilberry. And I'll echo all the things that have been said already by Bill and the other commissioners. To Commissioner Taylor's point about the New Mexico Military Institute, the football team is playing for the national championship on Friday. I think it's on the CBS sports channels, not your regular CBS. So you'll be able to find that and watch those guys play. They have a running back that I tell you what is phenomenal. He's unless he gets injured or something like that, you'll probably see him playing pro football here sometime in the near future. But also the New Mexico Military Institute girls played in the national championship, and their volleyball team, and they lost in 5 sets, but it was a great athletic event, and they just came up a little bit short, but there's a lot of congratulations just getting to the national championship game. So our university, our college here, junior college, is really doing a lot of great things. One thing that I don't know if a lot of people know, but the New Mexico Military Institute is one of 5 junior colleges in the country where you can get your commissioning in 2 years. Stan probably didn't know that when he went into the military, but anyway, but the institute is a great academic facility for us here, as well as Eastern New Mexico University, Roswell. So great things going on here in Roswell and Chaves County. It's been a long year, COVID and everything else, and I'm sorry for Commissioner Dana's having to deal with this at this time of year, but hopefully everybody will recover and get medicated and rehab the way they need to for this. Mike, it was great to hear Senator Jennings give the well-deserved kudos to the Chaves County Sheriff's Department on you guys do so much for Chaves County, not only Chaves County, but the city of Roswell, and Lake Arthur, Dexter Hagerman. You all are greatly appreciated. You guys show up to all the events, whether it's the fair or the Veterans Parade, or Commissioner Taylor mentioned the lighting of the Christmas tree on the courthouse lawn, but also I think 5 days later you had a big event there in the Civic Center parking lot that you guys are there taking care of business and working well with our other law enforcement entities here in Chaves County. So that's what we do. That's what you guys do. And that's what we should be doing here in Chaves County. And so for everybody in every position here in Chaves County, this is an absolutely amazing family. We work and we take care of our peeps, and we're always stepping up when called on. Stan, thank you for being here today. We will make sure that we have the information that we need for our December 30th meeting, so that we can make that decision that I know a month ago. This is important for Chaves County for the next 10 years, the decision that we make on redistricting. So we will have that information, and just gotta keep staying on our toes when it comes to some of these government entities that are essentially trying to take advantage of us. And it's good that we have Margaret Byfield and Commissioner Zell and Commissioner Bilberry, you know, kind of keeping an eye on things and representing us and taking care of us. And so I look forward to a great 2022. I guess I shouldn't say that now since we're going to have a special meeting on the 30th, and I can say it again. So I thought this would be it for the 2021, but we're going to get back together for another rodeo on the 30th. So with that being said, we are going to adjourn and go in and sign documents. Thank you to everybody. Have a Merry Christmas. As Commissioner Zell said, remember the reason for the season. And God bless Chaves County and this United States of America. Thank you.
Rita, thank you.
Thank you, Rita.
I found it.